Hey everybody, Jake here, and I want to introduce Sasha. Okay, this is my girl Sasha. She was a rescue, so she's a Jack Russell Cross a Dachshund, and I've had her for now coming up to 18 months. I got her at about age 4, didn't I, from the Lost Dogs home, and she totally changed my world for the good. But also coming with her, which I didn't realise, was a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety, not just for me, but for her as well. We knew she had separation anxiety, and there was some other stuff which we weren't sure about because I didn't know the whole history. Turned out she has fear of dogs. So for somebody who hadn't had a dog for a long time, it was hard. People were telling me when we go out for a walk and she would see a dog and, bark and want to run over there, or she just wants to play with them. Turned out no, she was barking and lunging because she was scared of them and she's trying to scare them away. So she's in this panic mode, okay? Isn't that right? So I hired a trainer. He was really good, I must admit, I'll add, and we got to see, I got to learn a few things, and then it was suggested I get a behaviourist, and that was worth it too, except, now this was during lockdown, that was $660 for an appointment, okay? So $660 for an appointment. Look, I'd do anything doggy, but it just seems like a hell of a lot of money. And when I wasn't working, and that was really tough. Okay, and insurance and everything. So what we did obviously medication, didn't we? But then I had to start walking her very early in the morning, trying to avoid other dogs. Very late at night, trying to avoid other dogs. I tried to find safe spaces. Everywhere I went that was supposedly on leash only, I'd encounter off-leash people. In fact, I was physically assaulted on 2 occasions, which we had to call the police because of dogs rushing over to us, okay, and altercations. Because other owners seem to think that no laws, they don't have to follow the laws and they can do whatever they want, and their dogs are well behaved and it's always my dog. That's the issue. It's not. The reason she has the anxiety is because of and her being rushed. So, Casey Council. What I want to ask you is, where's a safe space for me and my dog? Where can I take her and train her? Where can I walk her safely? Okay. Where can I let her run off leash? Now, if you know anything about dogs like this and you tell me go to the dog park, man, you need education. And on that fact, where is the education for the people like this, okay? This is why I started Power Pooches, all right? I mean, I wear this shirt that clearly states no dogs give me space, and I could be walking along with my dog. Another person will come up with their dog, all right? And I'll have to stop because Sasha will have a panic, and they keep walking towards us. And I don't blame them in a way. There's no education, okay? People either seem to think that it's a behaviour issue and that you can train it out of the dog, which you can't, okay? You learn how to handle it, all right? But every time we get rushed or another dog off leash or whatever, it's not introduced in the correct way, that panic sets in again. And not just for her, but for me also. So I'm not the only one. I want you to have a look at how many of these videos and signatures and comments that I have collected about people in the Casey Council area that are too scared to walk their dogs, okay, have been ridiculed. Some people are on the verge of tears and depression because they can't take their dogs out because there's nowhere safe. You can't take them to a dog park. But I did approach you about changes that we could make to dog parks and make them safer for everybody, but you knocked me back. I also was ready to give my services for free to do free online educational programs about how to handle dogs like this. You knocked it back. In actual fact, it narrows me down with the work that I'm doing here, okay? In this very room here, okay? Set up specifically as a private dog park where Sasha has had play dates with 20 different dogs. I was told she'd never socialise with dogs. Okay, I've done this, Sasha's done this, because we've set up a safe space where we can introduce dogs, okay, other dogs to her, and most of them got their anxiety issues. They come in here, they get supervised, all right, they learn basic life lessons. Have a look on the wall there. Isn't that right, Sasha? These are the dogs we've helped, which I can no longer help anymore because you want to shut me down. Have a look at all of these dogs here, all right? And I want you to go to these owners and tell them that they can no longer come here, have play dates, and learn, okay, how to relax, have safe time with other dogs, all right? Hope you're taking in all the notes here. And this is not all of them. I now have another dozen dogs, all right, that are asking for help, and every day more and more inquiries. So think about what you are doing here. You want me to get a boarding permit. I'm not boarding. They come in here to play with Sasha. Obviously, I'm supervising. So I need to do them certain training and certain... Too much money. I charge people 60, 70 bucks to come here for 2 hours. I don't want to have to charge them $600 like I was charged for a behaviourist, okay, to tell me that I need to give her medication and then avoid other dogs. I don't want to. I want to be able to go out and take her for a walk regular times like everybody else, okay? Some people cannot go out in the morning. I've had to go out at 5 a.m. or 4 a.m. in the morning, right? Why should I have to do that with my dog that I spend a hell of a lot more money and time and effort on than a lot of other people do? Okay, she gets 4 hours a day worth of... She gets mental stimulation. Have a look at this place. How much money I put into it. How much things I teach her. She learns agility. She knows noughts and crosses now. She knows how to play all of these games. She knows how to behave. All right, she gives way to people, for God's sake. All right, she stops on the side of the sidewalk and sits down for people to pass whenever they're there. Right? Whenever there's a dog off leash, they don't do that. So they're allowed to roam free, get away with it, unless we're the detectives for you, and go and follow these people home and get their address and then dob them in. I'm not allowed to help people. I'm allowed to take a dog for a walk for payment, so I can take a dog out of somebody's house, away from their house. Don't need a permit. I'm also not allowed to train in somebody else's house. You want me to have a permit for that too. When what I'm doing is teaching the adults, I'm actually human training, not dog training. So think about what you are doing here. Not only do you not supply a safe space for dogs like this, and believe me, 30 to 40% of the dogs in this area have anxiety issues or reactive issues, okay? And then that leads to the people as well. So depression, okay, anxiety. I went to hospital not 3 days ago because of stress, because of all of this, that you're stopping me from working with these dogs. Thought I was having a heart attack, got the ambulance and had to go to hospital. And this is your fault, because I was going along quite nicely, okay, getting good results, but you've done this. I just can't get on anymore, right? Look at this, wasted, all set up to have dogs come over and have a play date. But you know what? They're going to keep coming here, whether you like it or not. Okay? But do something. You stop going out there just to get money. My office is still there to work with you, to put in an educational program, which is absolutely 100% needed. I am going to take this to the state parliament as well. Think about dog parks as safe spaces. And think about your local laws actually doing something that's going to help all of us. I hope you do the right thing. Have a look at how many people now are backing me up. All right? Thank you. And this is who I'm doing it for, her and other dogs like her, and I won't give up. I don't give a crap what happens to me. This is about her. All right? A dog that I can tell you now, if I hadn't have adopted her, she wouldn't be alive today. You tell him, Sasha. You tell him. All right? Oh, and by the way, did you hear Sasha bark at all during this video? Because apparently she's a nuisance barker. That's what I've been told, and that she barks non-stop. Thanks.